Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. We got the Hillers and Westwood. Hopkinton 1-1 on the season. Westwood 2-0. Let's send down to courtside.
For tonight's boys varsity basketball game as the Westwood Wolverines take on the Hopkinton Hillers. Just a reminder that all those in attendance must wear a mask at all times and remain socially distanced throughout the contest. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Westwood Wolverines. Number 1, junior Robert Cawley. Number 5, junior Russell Dolabany. Number 11, junior Kyle Murray. Number 14, senior James McGowan. And number 21, senior Michael Reardon. The Wolverines are coached by Patrick Harris, Jack Kiley, and head coach Ryan Douglas. And now for the hometown Hopkinton Hillers. At guard, number 10, junior Nate Casper. At forward, number 25, senior Anthony DePietro. At forward, number 35, senior Josh Serapusco. At guard, number 15, senior captain Matt Cooper. And at guard, number 22, senior captain Brian Keefe. The Hillers are coached by Jay Golden, Chris Banks, and head coach Tom Keene. If you would now please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And there you have it, your starting lineups and national anthem. And just a reminder, in case you missed it, the starting lineup for Westwood is Robert Cawley, Russell Dolabany, Kyle Murray, James McGowan, and Michael Reardon. And for the Hopkinton Hillers, Nate Casper, Matt Cooper, Brian Keefe, Anthony DiPietro, and Josh Serapusco. Westwood is led by head coach Ryan Douglas, and the Hillers led by head coach Tom Keene. Hopkinton split their Week 1 series with Norwood, a game apiece. They lost on the road 77-71, but this past Sunday, they were able to take the victory over Norwood 70-60. And we are underway here in this varsity matchup. Westwood in their away green uniforms, the Hopkinton Hillers in their home whites. Westwood working right to left across your screen. McGowan with possession. Tom Nappy, Michael Tarosian, happy to be with you for this game here this evening. And out of bounds it goes, Hillers ball. Westwood split their Week 1 series against Medfield. Or, excuse me, they actually took both games against Medfield. They won 62-60 in Game 1 and 61-47 in Game 2. Driving to the bucket, up and in, Nate Casper. Nice start for the Hillers. And of course, there's no postseason tournament or anything like that this year, but you certainly want to try to win against anyone you can, as James McGowan knocks down the three. And especially with the current situation, you're playing a lot of the big rivals that are typically on your schedule.
Yeah, more than twice too sometimes.
Right. We'll see Westwood quite a bit this year.
Yeah.
Pass over to DiPietro, and that is unfortunately because Holliston and Ashland are unable to play at the moment. Brian Keefe misses the three, and we have a rebound by Russell Dolabani. Three-ball attempt, swishing it through. The captain, James McGowan, knocking down his second straight three. And just like that, it's a 6-2 Westwood lead with 6:34 left in the first quarter. Coach Keene needs a timeout.
Yeah, he saw something he didn't like up there, or the Hills weren't seeing that he needs to point out now.
And I think he's probably saying, hey, don't let James McGowan shoot wide open from beyond the perimeter.
Which I think they would have talked about at practice, maybe.
But I have a feeling this is going to be a back-and-forth battle between these two talented teams. In the JV matchup, the Hillers took down Westwood 58-51. We just had that game for you. That was a great battle.
Yep.
Went back and forth the whole way. A lot of momentum shifts in that game. Last year, Westwood went 22-3 and won the TVL Large. And the Hillers, of course, went 12-11 and had a great run all the way to the sectional finals. Westwood had a nice playoff run of their own. As the Hillers set to inbound off the timeout. Cooper on the entry. Full court pressure by Westwood. And Cooper with the three, no good. And it's batted around by Sarapusco, getting to it, DiPietro, and he'll toss it to the left side of the perimeter. Up for a three is Keefe. That's no good. Out of bounds it goes. Westwood ball. Wolverines went 1-1 in the playoffs last year. They have a lot of returning players to their team as well, as Michael Reardon airballs that shot. Hiller's ball. You know, one thing I missed, the airball chants.
Yeah, the airball, yeah. Or the fouls, you can't do that.
Right.
And of course,
Coach Mackin directing
the roller
crowd.
coaster, yeah. When he does the roller coaster, that's my all-time favorite.
Nate Casper with his second field goal. 6-4, Westwood lead. With possession, Kyle Murray. Up top he goes to Cauley, and now along the wing it is McGowan. Inside of Reardon, driving down, finds Dolbani on the corner, up for three. That's no good. Rebound Cooper. Cooper with a nice toss over to the baseline. Up, no good is DiPietro. And here comes Westwood. McGowan. He'll find Dolabani. Along the baseline, he dribbled out of bounds. Good defense by DiPietro. Nate Casper will take it up. Casper down the lane. Nice feed to Sarapusco up, but it's waved off.
Whoa.
We're going to get a charge call. First foul by either team. They get Casper with the charge. Westwood ball. 3 minutes into action here in this varsity matchup. McGowan will take it up. Over to Reardon, out of the corner to Murray. Back to Reardon, and he tried to find Dolabani, went off his hand out of bounds. Cooper on the entry to Casper. Casper. He'll find Cooper up for the jumper. No good there. Westwood rebound there to collect was Reardon. And now a 3 attempt. Count it. James McGowan feeling it. He has all 9 Westwood points. All from three-point land. Casper driving down. He'll toss it across. Went off the hands of a defender to Matt Cooper. Now up top to Keefe. Back to Cooper. Keefe along the baseline. Nice feed to Sarapusco. Up for the jumper. No. And it's a Westwood rebound collected by Reardon. Here comes McGowan. Launches the 3. Count it. He is feeling it.
I was going to say, is that whistle going to blow? Is Coach King getting off the bench? Yes, he did. Wow.
12 points, all James McGowan, and a 12-4 lead for Westwood. And we're just over 4 minutes into this.
Yeah, it's they got to shut him down. They got to shut him down right here. You know, follow him out. Do whatever you got to do. You got to stop him if you're going to have any kind of game here. Because if he keeps punching those without any pressure.
You have to defend him tight, I think, at this point.
I mentioned earlier with the coaching staffs and so forth, not only the team rosters are cut down, but the amount of coaches you can have on the bench are cut down. And it was nice to be here. I was here at the end of the freshman game, and Coach Scotty Mackin was there helping out Coach Golden, and I got to catch up with him, and he says hello. He heard us talking about him on Sunday at the game. So, again, Scotty, who you missed out here, your fans miss you, your coaches miss you, all the players miss you. So we just want to say hello.
Absolutely. Coach Keene using his second timeout already.
And he's using every ounce of it, too.
Oh, he certainly is.
I thought the ref was going to go and say, all right, Coach, let's move it.
He's got some height in the game. Krosh Fatahi into the game, and Evan Marazimi. Nate Casper will take it up. Finds Keefe. Keefe takes it down the lane, up for the lane, no good, and a battle for the ball as Fatahi had it wrapped up, and he's surrounded by Wolverines, and we'll have a jump ball call.
That's kind of a late whistle.
Fatahi got wrapped up with Dolabani. Yeah, they might have missed a bit of a carry there.
Yeah.
Possession arrow favors Hopkinton. Casper into Rahane. Now to the corner. Keefe driving along, and a nice feed over to Fatahi. And as he goes up, we have a foul.
Oh, it's on the floor.
It will be Hiller's inbound. Driving in, up, no good is Casper, and Westwood has it. It's McGowan up top. Look out for him. He already has 4 3 buckets tonight. Dolabani driving in. Gets it underneath down to Murray. Back to Dolabani up for 3. No, off the back iron. A rebound, Rahane. Keefe trying to take it in. Gets it out to Marazimi. Marazimi spins around the defender and finds Fatahi. Fatahi up and good, plus the foul. Well-needed bucket there for Fatahi, and one opportunity. And they'll get Brendan Donegan with his second. Couple substitutions for the Wolverines. You gotta put that sanitizer on and come into the game.
You know, during the course of a game, how much that must affect your feeling on the ball.
And the end one's good.
just be here running the camera and using all this sanitizer. I can feel the difference.
Right. Might make it a little slippery.
Yeah.
McGowan takes it up. Over to the corner, he stepped out of bounds. It'll be Hiller's ball. Here comes Casper. Around the defender, he's blocked, and a quick break here for Westwood. McGowan, he'll launch a three. No, it'll spin out, and a rebound by Fatahi. Over to Rahane. Back to Cooper. Around the horn they go. Marazimi now taking it in, and we're going to get a body bump here. And a foul.
Should go Hopkins' way, I believe.
It indeed will. We'll get Kyle Murray with the contact. Hillers will have the entry. That's a team third for Westwood. Casper over to Cooper. Now to Fatahi along the baseline. Pump fakes, and it's knocked out. And he's able to swat it over to Rahane. Back to Fatahi. Fatahi up and good. It's his second field goal of the evening. A 12-9 game. Robert Colley takes it up. Colley over to Murray. Murray driving in, up with the left hand, and he'll draw contact. The push is drawn, and he is to the line. We get Evan Marazimi with his first. And the first of two is good from Murray. 1:45 left to go in the opening quarter. The junior Kyle Murray at the line. Second of two, got it. 14-9, Westwood leading. Here comes Keefe. Over to Cooper. Now to Fatahi. Down the lane, it's stripped away, but we're going to have a foul. They're going to get Kyle Murray, I believe. It'll be his second. Fatahi to the line. Fatahi puts in his sixth point of the evening. Second of two. Count it. Colley back to McGowan. Here comes Westwood. McGowan, nice feed to the elbow. Up for the shot, and no good is Reardon. The Hillers will take it up. Keefe. Marazimi. Driving in, feeds the corner. Now to Keefe for three. No good off the rim. And it's collected by Cooper along the baseline. Cooper out to Keefe. Back to Cooper now. Trying to get it into Fatahi, and will. Up and in he goes. Karosh Fatahi making it happen in the low post. And now here comes McGowan, up and in. Some smooth moves there by James McGowan. He has 14 points. Over to Marazimi. Now to Fatahi. Fatahi to the bucket. No. Lost
off balance all the way.
Yeah. Here comes McGowan. Closing seconds of the first quarter. Westwood up by 3. Shot clock is off. Colley. And it's off the hands of Dolabani and out of bounds. 2.8 seconds left. It will be Westwood ball. And of course, they got rid of a large part of the baseline inbounds to socially distance. Dolabani for three. No good off the mark. And a good back and forth first quarter to start this game off. After one, it's Westwood 16, Hopkinton 13. Second quarter coming up next on HCAM. We are ready for the second quarter, a 16-13 Westwood lead. Most of Westwood's scoring is courtesy of James McGowan, who has 14 of the 16 points. Kyle Murray with 2 for the Hillers. Nate Casper with 4. Karosh Fatai with 9. Westwood possession to start off this second quarter. McGowan driving in, up for the jumper. No, it'll rattle out, but he grabs the rebound. Good hustle there. Colley. Tom Nappy, Mike Tarosian, happy to be with you for this varsity matchup. Dolabani driving in. Kicks it out to Colley, up for 3. Off the rim, off the back of the hoop, out of play. Hiller's ball. Matt Cooper will inbound. Into Casper. Casper going to take it in. Up, no good. And we're going to have a travel.
Yep, your feet don't have to move, but when you roll on the ground with the ball in your hands, that's a travel.
Hillers will have the inbound. Keefe on the entry. Good feed over to Casper. Casper to Cooper. Now Keefe driving in. Up with the right hand, no good. Rebound Westwood. There to pull it down was Reardon. Here comes McGowan. Around the defender, up, no good. It'll fall off the rim and be collected by Owen Schnurr. Sarah Busco gives it up to Casper, and we have a travel. Westwood ball. Michael Noon on the entry to James McGowan. McGowan is going to be called for a offensive charge. Or was it McGowan? Let's see. No, they're going to get Reardon.
Reardon? Well.
Cooper on the inbound. Full court pressure by Westwood as Casper takes it up. Feeds it over to the elbow to Paharic, and a great feed to Cooper, who will go up and in. Back to a one-point game. McGowan gives it over to Dolabani. Dolabani driving in, around the defender, up with a reverse, no good, pulls down his own rebound, puts it back, yes. Casper takes it up. Kicks it out to Cooper. Cooper launches the long two, and he hits. Here comes Westwood. McGowan over to Reardon. Now to the corner to Dolabani. Up for three, no good. Rebound Westwood. Put back is no good by Reardon. And the Hillers have it as Sarapusco there to collect. Here comes Casper. Casper up for the jumper. That's no good. Pulled down by Reardon. McGowan feeds it over to Colley. Now to the corner to Dolabani. Up for three, no good off the rim. Grabs his own rebound around the defender, and he's rejected by Casper. Casper jumping up and said, get that out of here. .5:26 left to go in the first half. 1 point lead for Westwood. Into Reardon, up for the shot, no. And it's collected by Cooper. Cooper feeds it over to DiPietro, and we have a foul. We'll get Reardon with his first. We'll make that Dolabani with his first. Paharic on the entry, over to Sarapusco. Cooper. Up to Casper, he lost it, backcourt violation. Noon on the entry to Colley. And we're going to have some contact between Paharic and McGowan. See who the guilty party is. Looks like it's going to be Paharic. Noon will have the entry for Westwood. And we'll have another foul here prior to the shot from McGowan.
It's going to be a long game.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages.
Wow.
We get Paharic with his second. 4 team fouls for the Hillers, 6 for Westwood. Noon with possession. Well, these two teams are physical teams. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Up to Dolabani for three, and he hits. Russell Dolabani with a big-time bucket there for the Wolverines. Casper takes it down. Sarapusco up with a reverse and in. 2-point Westwood lead. Colley along the far side. Over to Weeman. Or McGowan. Up for three, McGowan. No, off the rim. And it's collected by the Hillers as Casper there for the loose ball. Takes it to the rack, draws the foul. Good hustle there by Casper. And they'll get James McGowan with his first. First of 2 for Nate Casper. No good on the first. Hillers 3 for 4 from the line so far tonight. Second and 2, got it. Back to a 1-point game. Noon takes it up. For 3, yes! There comes Casper. Takes it outside the perimeter, looking in. Gives it over to Schnurr for 3, no. And it's collected by Cole. Here comes Westwood. Noon over to Dolabani for 3. No good off the rim. And it's collected by Marazimi. Over to DiPietro. Up and good off the window and in. Noon takes it up the near side. Over to Dolabani. Back to Noon for 3. Count it! Here comes the scoring for both sides. Hiller is quickly up the floor. Up and good is Anthony DiPietro. 27-24, Westwood leading as we enter the final 3 minutes of quarter number 2. Up goes Cole, that's no good, and it's a Hiller's rebound. Marazimi there to collect. Here comes Casper. Casper through the defenders, up, no good. And it is going to be bobbled around by DiPietro. Nearly stole it back, and now he's wrapped up. We'll get a jump ball call. That was DiPietro taking a hard fall there. Hillers will have the inbound. Brian Keefe on the entry. Over to the corner to Schnurr. Back to Keefe. Schnurr now to Fatahi, and he draws a push. Brian Cole, the guilty party there. That's his first. Team 8th for Westwood. This will put Fatahi at the line for a 1-and-1. On the front end, yes. Rosh Fatahi with 10 points so far tonight. A sophomore on the back end. No good, but it looks like we had a violation. We had a foul on Weaven to get him with a push. Hiller is right back to the line. Anthony DiPietro this time. On the front end, got it. Chance to tie now.
What difference making those free throws make, huh, Tom?
Yeah, they certainly do. I have a feeling they'll have a big role in this game. Second and 2, good. We're knotted up at 27 apiece. Here comes Noon. Up to McGowan. McGowan through the defenders, up from the elbow, and good. Hillers will quickly work it up the far side. Schnurr. Being watched by McGowan. Gets it over to Keefe. Keefe on the pick and roll. Kicks it out up top to Schnurr. Now to DiPietro. And back to Schnurr. We have a travel. Westwood ball. Here comes McGowan. McGowan gets it in to the paint. Up for the shot, and no good is Cole. Collected by Casper. Keefe with the give and go, and it's knocked out of bounds. They call it out off of Keefe. Well, good plan there by Keefe and Schnurr, but
yeah, that was a pretty give and go.
Yep. Just didn't quite go the way they wanted it to. McGowan behind the back. Over to Noon for three. Count it. Michael Noon with his third three bucket of the second quarter and game. Driving in to the block, Casper, and he knocks it down. Here comes Noon as we approach a minute left to go in the second quarter. Into the paint, Cole down the lane, up, no good, and it is pulled down by Marazimi. Casper takes it up. Along the wing, drives in, gets it over to Keefe, up for three, and it goes off the top of the hoop, out of play. Even if it fell in, it wouldn't count since it hit the top of the hoop. Here comes Noon, and next Jacobson. Over to the corner, up for three, air ball there, and the putback, count it. Brian Cole there to collect and put it back. And here comes Casper to the rack, and he'll draw contact. Or will he? No, they're going to get him with the offensive foul. They get him with a charge. That's his second. It will be Westwood ball. 26 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Noon takes it up. Back to Jacobson. Now to Cole. To McGowan now. Up for three. No good off the rim. And a battle for the ball as it's bobbled around by a number of players. Westwood comes up with it. Cole along the end line. Up with the lay-in. Yes. And that'll do it for the first half of play after quarter number two. It is Westwood 36, Hillers 29. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Basketball on HCAM. And we are ready for the third quarter. As we enter the second half, it's Westwood 36, Hopkinton 29. Let's take a look at the scoring totals from the first half. For the Hillers, Nate Casper with 7, Matt Cooper with 4, Krosh Fatahi with 10, Anthony DiPietro with 6, Josh Sarapusco with 2. Keefe on the entry. For Westwood, it was Russell Dolabani with 5, Kyle Murray with 2, James McGowan with 16, and Michael Noon with 9. A good feed underneath to Sarapusco, who will finish. And Brian Cole had 4. Westwood will work their way up the floor. 5-point game now. Up for 3. Count it. Russell Dolabani.
Says third? Fourth? Third?
That is his second three-pointer, his third field goal. Cooper. Oh, going to draw a foul. We'll get Kyle Murray with his third. On the entry for the Hillers, Brian Keefe. Gets it to Sarapusco. Keefe trying to work his way by McGowan. There he goes. Pass to the corner. DiPietro for 3. Off the rim. No good. Keefe with the rebound and the putback and in. Brian Keefe with his first points of the game. Now Akali over to the corner. Up for 3 and good. Dolabani. Russell Dolabani getting heated up, and Coach Key needs a timeout.
I need a timeout. Wow. Westwood is putting on the jetpacks right there. And
they have some good shooters on this team.
I'll say.
Between James McGowan, Michael Noon, and Russell Dolabani.
They're shooting from everywhere, too.
Yeah, McGowan has 4 threes. You got Noon with 3 threes, and you got Dolabani with 3 threes.
Now he has 3. See, I know it. I was just a little ahead of myself.
There you go. So Westwood comes out firing on all cylinders. Coach Keene trying to change up the momentum a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, we have a whole slate of sports coming at you throughout the rest of the week.
Boy, do we.
Tomorrow night from the New England Sports Center, we'll have Hillers boys hockey as they take on Westwood. And what is always a good game when Hopkinton and Westwood meet up on the ice. A 5:40 p.m. face-off for that game. And then on Thursday, we'll have alpine skiing. Hillers ski team will be competing over in Shrewsbury. 6:15 start for that one. And then on Friday, girls basketball against Westwood. And Saturday, we'll have our first girls hockey game as the Dover-Sherborne-Hopkinton Co-op take on Medway. You could check out the full schedule on our website, hcam.tv, as well as our social media pages. Sarapusco drives down, up for the lane. DiPietro, no good. It's knocked out. Sarapusco with the loose ball, up and in he goes.
Wow, that was messy, but he made it work.
I think one of the keys for the Hillers is going to be get Sarapusco the ball in the low post.
Yeah.
Noon Akali now on the interior. Reardon up for the shot. No good. Sarapusco with the rebound. Here comes Casper. Over to the corner. Keefe along the end line. Up for the lane. No good. And Sarapusco puts it back. No good. And then it is waved off. We did have a foul in the process. They'll get Michael Reardon with his second. Hillers will have the inbound. Keefe on the entry to Sarapusco. Down the lane, it's batted away. Here comes Westwood. McGowan for 3. Count it. James McGowan back into the scorebooks. Casper quickly driving down, up for the lane, no good. McGowan with the rebound. McGowan trying to get by Casper, gets it up to the corner, up for three, Dolabani. That's no good, and it's collected by Casper. Casper with a nice launch to Keefe, off the glass and in. Ryan Keefe with his second field goal of the third quarter and the game. A 45-37 Westwood lead, 5:25 and counting left to go. McGowan driving in around the defender, and he's called for the travel. Trying to get a little too fancy there. Matt Cooper on the entry to Casper. Over to Keefe, and now pass into Fatahi around the defender, up and no good, but a foul is called. And they are going to get Reardon once again. That's his third. First to two is good. Karosh Fatahi having a pretty nice night from the line. He's 5 for 6 from the strike. And he hits the second. Robert Colley will take it up. Feeds it inside and picked up by Dolabani. Loose ball. Here comes Marazimi. Over to Keefe. Now Casper. Trying to fire it into the corner. It's stolen away. McGowan has it. Driving in, and all kinds of contact there. It was 3 defenders on him, and they all kind of jumped up simultaneously. McGowan will head to the line, and he took a hard hit into the ground. He seems to be a little shooken up, but he's going to stay in there.
I was lucky they have to add a real wall to it. I mean, the curtains do move. It does make it easy.
They got Brian Keefe with the foul. First to 2 is good. 20 points on the night for James McGowan. Second of 2, count it. Westwood's going to take a timeout with 4:43 left to go in the third quarter. Westwood leading the Hillers 47-39. And the story of the night for Westwood has been James McGowan putting up 21 points so far. Absolutely incredible. Started off the first quarter red hot, knocking down 4 straight threes. Added a 2 later on in the quarter. Second quarter was kind of quiet. Had the lone 2-point field goal. And so far in this third, he's knocked down a 3 and a pair of free throws. And for the Hillers, it's been Keefe and Sarapusco, each with 2 field goals. Fatahi adding a pair of free throws.
Very interesting matchup tonight.
Certainly is. 2 teams that have a lot of talent on their roster and a lot of good shooters on their rosters.
I mean, I just love Westwood, just, the shooter from all over the court. They don't, it's not just that 1 or 2 sweet spots that you develop. You almost shoot from anywhere.
Impressive stuff. .443 left to go off the timeout. 47-39, Westwood leading. The Hillers, they're looking to hit some more shots from the field as they have struggled a bit in this quarter. Up for the reverse, Baharik, and he drew some heavy contact.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one in the morning. I heard it up here. But they're young. They bounce back.
Right. It's not like us.
Yeah.
Michael Noon with his first. Baharik on the entry. Cooper gets it up to Keefe on the corner, up for three, no good. Here comes McGowan. McGowan gets it to the corner, wide open three attempt. It'll rattle out off the hands of Noon. Hillers get it back. Cooper. Nice pass to the corner to Paharic. Now up top, Marazimi for three, no good. Collected by Dolabani. Along the far side, Noon, and a pass to a wide open Brendan Dunnigan, who's able to finish. A 10-point lead for Westwood. Biggest lead of the night for the Wolverines. Colley's going to dribble out of bounds. Hillers will have the entry. Paharic into Keefe. Keefe driving down, and he got tied up with Dunnigan. Keefe heading to the line. They got Robert Colley with the contact. First of two, got it. Now two players from each team will line up for a chance at the rebound. Second of two. Knocks it down. Robert Colley takes it up. Finds Dolabani now underneath. Up with the lay-in is Donegan. Donegan able to hook it in for Westwood. Cooper gets it up to Keefe. Takes it back out, goes behind the back, up for the shot off the glass, no good. And it's pulled down by Donegan. Here comes McGowan. McGowan trying to look for a way in, gets it out to Dolabani. Dolabani hits. It's 8 points for Dolabani in the quarter, 13 overall. Hillers trying to respond. Cooper drives the lane, up for the shot, count it. Back to a 10-point game. Colley hands it off over to McGowan. Down the lane, up for the shot, no good. Batted around, out of bounds it goes, off a Hiller. I think Cooper might have got the last touch. Kyle Murray will have the inbound. Into Noon. McGowan back to Noon. Three, no good. Taken by Murray. Gets it out to Dolabani. He's up for three. That's no good. Sarapusko was trying to pull it away. We have a stoppage and a foul. And it's going to be against Westwood. They're going to get Brendan Donegan with his third. Team sixth for Westwood. Hiller's only with one foul so far in the second half.
Yep.
Nate Casper takes it up. Over to Raheem. Back to Marazimi. Marazimi up with the jumper and good. His first bucket of the game. McGowan trying to respond. No good there. Sarapusko nearly had it. It's stolen back by McGowan. Up with a right-handed hook, and he takes a hard shot into the ground. That sounded like he hit his head. I hope he's okay.
It looks like he's all right.
McGowan, physical player. Taking some shots tonight, and Sarapusko showing him some love after. Let him know no harmful intentions meant.
That's what I love about in the TVL. All these, when you get to the varsity level, and these players, juniors and seniors, they probably played with most of these kids in AAU throughout their career, their youth career. So, it's nice. It's friendly, but they are competitive.
They certainly are. 2nd and 2, no good. And I think the fact that most of them know each other makes them even more competitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you want those bragging rights. Sarapusko up with the left hand, no good. It's pulled down by Reardon. Here comes Noon. Up to Dolabani. Dolabani over the left block. Now a kick out to the corner, up for 3, and no good there is Cole. That was Noon. And now it's taken away by Sarapusko. Here comes Marazimi. He'll step back, take a 3, and knock it down.
You made that look pretty.
Westwood on the entry. Hillers putting a little pressure up court. Here comes McGowan. Ball knocked away, and jumping on it is Schnurr.
That looked like a car wreck instead of a offensive basketball play.
We're going to have a foul here. It will be against Westwood. They got Kyle Murray with his 4th. He's coming out of the game. Hiller's in the bonus. 1-and-1 time for Owen Schnurr. On the front end, he hits. Hopkinton within 5. Second free throw, no good. Westwood has it. Rebound pulled down by Reardon. Here comes Cawley. Hands it back to Dolabani. Dolabani down the lane, up off the glass, no good, but he draws the foul. Russell Dolabani, a junior, at the line. They get Nate Casper with his 3rd. First of 2, got it. Russell Dolabani, 14 points tonight. Make it 15. 56-49 Westwood. 30 seconds left. Casper driving in. Feeds the wing. Schnurr for 3. Got it. Swishes it through. A 4-point game. Cawley. Shot clock is off. Good pressure there by the Hillers. And we're going to get a timeout called by Westwood. 15.2 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Westwood 56, Hopkinton 52. The Hillers inching back into the game, Mike.
Slowly but surely, absolutely. And they don't quit. They never quit. And it's just, oh my goodness. It's I see them make every shot count. They take the chance. It's like, I see him going for the 3. Do you really want to do that? It goes in. I said, okay, fine. I like this. I mean, they're doing fine. Shoot it from the outside, bring it on the inside. They're doing great on defense. They're really, really, really physical when it comes to rebounding. Love this play. It's going to make for one heck of a 4th quarter.
It certainly will. It's been a very entertaining 3rd quarter. The Hillers have outscored Westwood in the quarter, 23-20. Highest scoring quarter for the Hillers. So far, Westwood tied with their 2nd quarter total of 20 points. Off the timeout, 15.2 seconds left to go in the 3rd. Max Jacobson on the entry. Here comes Cawley. Out to the wing to Noon. Now over to the corner to Jacobson for 3. No good, and it is Hiller's ball, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. After 3, it's Hopkinton 52, Westwood 56. The final 8 minutes should be very entertaining, so stay right there. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Basketball on HCAM. We are set for the fourth quarter. Westwood set to inbound. Final 8 minutes of regulation, a 4-point Westwood lead. Tom Nappy, Michael Tarosian, happy to be with you for this TVL large matchup. Up for the shot is Dolobani, no good. And we get a moving violation. Hillers ball. Hillers started getting pretty hot from the floor towards the end of that third quarter. Marazimi to Casper. Casper drives down, feeds Sarapusco. Sarapusco to the bucket. No good, but he draws the foul. We'll get Michael Reardon with his fourth. So he will have to stay out of trouble for the remainder of the game. First of 2. No good. Second of 2 now. Count it. Colley with possession. Feeds it over to Donegan. Now to Noon. Back to Colley for 3. Got it! Robert Colley with a big-time bucket. Here comes Casper. Ball knocked away, loose ball. Casper able to get it out over to Marazimi. Marazimi drives in, tries to feed it to Sarapusco, stolen away by McGowan. McGowan to Colley. Now to the corner to Dolobani. Now back to Colley. Over to Noon. Colley pump fakes, drives in, up with the right hand, no good. Rebound Schnurr. Feeds it over to Keith for 3. No good. McGowan collects. To Colley now. Over to the corner, Noon for 3. That's no good. Marazimi pulls it down. Here comes Schnurr. Driving in, and we get a foul. They get Michael Noon with his second. And one Schnurr at the line for a 1-and-1. And he hits the front end. On the back end. No good there. Westwood has it. It's collected by Donegan. McGowan taking it up. Colley trying to figure out where to go with it. Feeds it back to McGowan. And he was running out of time on the shot clock as he drew some contact. We'll get Brian Keefe with his second. Team fourth for the Hillers. Westwood already in trouble with 9 fouls. McGowan with the jumper from the elbow. That's no good. And it's pulled down by Cooper. And Cooper trying to drive in, lost it. And it is picked up by Westwood. McGowan there to take it. Turnaround jumper, knocks it down. 24 points on the night for James McGowan. And Coach Keene wants a timeout. 5:22 left to go in the quarter. Westwood 61, Hillers 54.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of adjustments he's going to make here. He's let that Westwood lead expand just a little too much there. Just going to try to figure out how to knock the wind out of the Westwood sails.
Well, the way to do that is stop James McGowan, but certainly is easier said than done. Don't forget, every Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m., you can catch HCAM News Live, airing on HCAM TV as well as our YouTube page, keeping you up to date with the latest happenings in town on HCAM News Live. We'll have Hillers boys hockey tomorrow night against Westwood. And Hopkinton and Westwood, they had some very physical, chippy games last year, so it should be a fun one tomorrow night at the New England Sports Center.
It'll be very, very interesting to see.
Off the timeout, 5:22 left to go in quarter number 4. Hillers on the entry. Here comes Keefe, and it's stolen away. Quick break, McGowan to the bucket, up and in. James McGowan sneaking through.
Yeah. That puts a little damper on Coach Keene's timeout.
It certainly does. Keefe to Schnurr. And now along the near side, it's DiPietro. And driving down, Schnurr feeds it over to Cooper for 3. Got it! Matt Cooper knocking it down from three-point land. And if Cooper gets going from beyond the perimeter, look out. Colley. Over to McGowan. Now to Dolabani. He'll feed it to the corner to Colley. Back to Dolabani. He'll launch a 3. Off the rim, no good. It's swatted out of bounds by Schnurr, but we have a foul. And I believe it's against Westwood. And it is indeed. They get Michael Noon with his third, and the Hillers going to the line. And it's double bonus time.
Double bonus.
We need some kind of sound effect for double bonus time.
Yeah.
Schnurr misses the first of two. Owen Schnurr, 5 points on the night. Misses the second. You certainly don't want to miss too many free throws at this point.
You don't miss anything at this point.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
McGowan for the jumper, yes.
I mean, you want them to miss.
Casper feeds Cooper. Swatted out over to Fatahi. He'll launch a three. No good. Loose ball collected by McGowan. Feeds it to Colley. Down to the corner. Up for a three is Dolabani. No good. Loose ball. And Westwood maintains possession as Noon is there. And now a three ball from McGowan, and he knocks it down.
Wow.
An 11-point Westwood lead. Hiller's running out of time. Casper drives the lane, draws a foul.
Is that 8? 8 from McGowan?
I'll tell you in 1 minute. 6, 3 buckets. First of two is good from Casper. 31 points from James McGowan. Second of two, got it. A 9-point Westwood lead. 3:23 and counting left to go. McGowan over to Dolabani. Drives in, up for the shot. Good block there. I believe that was DiPietro got the hand in. Cooper. And he's called for the travel.
Yep. I hear the squeak. And his coach saw it too.
Noon on the inbound to Colley. Back to Noon, up top to Dolabani. Hands it to McGowan. Long three, no good. It is a rebound for Donegan. He'll get it to the corner to Dolabani. Along the baseline, up with a reverse. No, it'll rattle out. And it's collected by Marazimi. Sarabusco to Marazimi. Marazimi drives down around the defenders, up and no good, but he is going to draw the foul. And they get Brendan Donegan with his fourth. Marazimi on the first of two, no good. On the second of two, yes. Westwood trying to work their way up. Here comes McGowan. Over to Donegan. Good ball distribution along the baseline. Up with the reverse. Dolabani, no good. Marazimi pulls it down. Cooper finds Casper. Driving down, up for the shot. Yes. Well-needed bucket there by the Hillers. It's a 6-point game. 2:05 and counting left to go. Here comes McGowan driving down, and we're going to have a foul. They'll get Brian Keefe with his third. Team fifth for the Hillers. Noon on the inbound to Colley. Colley hands it back to Noon, driving down. Good feet underneath, up and in goes Donegan. Well-needed bucket there.
Oh.
Loose ball picked up by Casper. Cooper driving in, up with the right hand, no good. Pulls it down, puts it back, no good. And then it is popped out as Cooper knocked it out of the grasp of Donegan. It will be Westwood ball. 1:31 left to go. The Hillers quickly running out of time. Reardon on the inbound. I'll make that Noon on the inbound. Here comes McGowan. Up for the shot, no good. And it's collected by Cooper. There's Zemi over to Key for three. No. And McGowan there for the rebound. McGowan taking it up, draws a little contact from Casper. We'll get Casper with his fourth foul. Michael Noon on the inbound. Goes backcourt to McGowan. To Colley. Up top, Dolabani. Hands it over to Noon. And Westwood wants a timeout. With 56.9 seconds left, Westwood leading Hopkinton 70-62. And the Hillers, they've had a bit of a hard time finding the bucket in this fourth quarter.
I expected a better fourth than the third, but I guess I was wrong.
Westwood has outscored the Hillers in the quarter 14-12.
Just like my Tennessee pick.
Just like most of your picks.
Oh, stop it. How'd Alabama do? Oh, boy.
Should be an interesting weekend of football for sure.
Should be great weekend of football.
What game are you most excited for?
I tell you, I want to see New Orleans and Tampa.
Yeah.
I just want to see the game. You know, I told you, I picked Tampa for the Super Bowl, like yourself. And but I'm dying to see that game.
I just hope it's not a major letdown like that regular season Sunday night football game was.
Yeah, well.
But we shall see.
Yeah.
I'm also really looking forward to Buffalo and Baltimore.
Buffalo's going to be a good one, too, yes.
Westwood will have the entry from the far side. Noon on the inbound to Colley. Under a minute left to go. An 8-point Westwood lead. Feeds it back to McGowan. Now to Noon. To the corner he goes to Dolabani. Up for three. No good. I think DiPietro might have got a hand in there. Long pass down court. Cooper along the baseline feeds it back. And DiPietro's rejected. Getting a hand in there was Donegan. Here comes McGowan. And Westwood trying to burn the clock at this point, and we're going to have an intentional foul here from Cooper. James McGowan at the line, trying to add on to his 31 points on the night. Front end of a one-and-one is good. On the back end. Got it. Here comes the Hillers. Keefe over to Cooper. And a three ball from Cooper, no good. Out of bounds it goes. Westwood ball. On the entry, that's Noon. Pass up to Noon. And that is just about going to do it. He will dribble out the clock. And the Westwood Wolverines are going to come away with the 72-62 win over the Hopkinton Hillers. A hard-fought game by both sides, but Westwood outscoring the Hillers in the fourth quarter 16-10. Hang on and take a very nice victory over their TVL large rival, Hopkinton Hillers. And, Mike, that was a fun one.
I tell you, it's a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. Loved the third quarter. But, overall, I mean, Westwood, it's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait. How many more times do we see him? We see him 3 more times?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we see him.
We might see him more if we can't get
Ashton
Hollis in the program.
Right. I think we see him here one more time.
Yeah, one more time, and then over there. Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the scoring totals. We'll start off with the Hopkinton Hillers. It was Evan Marazimi with 6, Nate Casper with 11, Matt Cooper with 9, Brian Keefe with 6 points, Karosh Fatahi with 12, Anthony DiPietro with 6, Owen Schnur with 5, Josh Sarapusko with 7. For Westwood, it was Robert Colley with 3, Russell Dolabani with 15, Brendan Dunnigan with 6, Kyle Murray with 2, James McGowan, your player of the game, with 33 points. Michael Noon with 9. Brian Cole with 4. As the Westwood Wolverines take down the Hopkinton Hillers 72-62. These two teams will play again in Westwood Friday night. Westwood now 3-0 on the season. Hopkinton falls to 1-2. Well, it was a good battle out there tonight, and we'll have a whole lot more sports coming up this week. Be sure to head over to our website, hcam.tv, to see our broadcast schedule. But that is going to do it for coverage tonight. The final score for the final time, Westwood over Hopkinton, 72-62. For Mike Terosian, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for joining us. Take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.